Greetings, this is Edge from Edge Plays. As promised, here is the beginning of my no sword Witcher run, which I'm sure N7K is looking forward to seeing. So, a couple of Proviso Rules very quickly. As you can see on the back of Geralt right now, there are no swords. I intend to play the game entirely without once using these two mythical weapons that he would use normally, the silver sword and his normal sword. That ain't happening at all. However, because some of the, this game can have some pretty supernatural bullshit, I am using other things to complement my Fists of Fury. That is signs and the crossbow and bombs. So it's kind of becoming like a One Punch Man slash Batman. So far, I've just completed, or just going through White Orchard at the moment. Just finished that, and this is a bit of a highlight of how I've done well so far. Beginning, not so good. I did take a few heavy hits, especially from some aqua creatures. If I get a chance to show you that later on, I will do. Yeah, it's been an experience. Like the reason why I haven't played this game probably very much back when it first came out was I just put it down. There was just so much to try and figure out, and I think this has given me kind of focus. This is me kind of going, oh shit, no, let's get the fuck out of Dodge here. I'm not using any weapons here. I need to get good with the fists before being killed by a supernatural being. So there's a couple of things I have learned so far. So Proviso number 2 as well. I have done not very much research into this. I watched a few videos of anyone attempting this, and I'm sure there's stuff out there, but I haven't found it very well, or how they've done it. So how I've kind of gone down at the moment is, okay, let's just kind of work out how this will work. So first things first, swords are unequipped, and I've gone down the signs build. So there's a couple of different like spell abilities that I've learned help my fisticuffs very well. You'll see a couple of those like Igni. So I use something called Melt Armor. Melt Armor at this point allows me to be able to, reduce some of the defensive capabilities of the monsters. So it allows me to hit a little bit harder if I can. It's a lot of trial and error. So yeah, have fun with this. Next video will be more highlights of the shenanigans I get into. This was more of me just kind of exploring, getting used to the controls a bit again, because as I said, I haven't really played this since it first came out. I didn't get much further than this, actually, in fairness. I don't know what it was about. I just, for some reason, just lost interest, and I don't know why. The good thing about this challenge run at the moment is, because I'm not focusing on weapons like swords and shields and anything else, it means I'm just focusing all of my money and resources on the couple of things that I might want to go into. In this case, my armor and my signs, and also materials for crafting, like maybe potions or bombs. So hopefully that might mean that my budget is a bit better for, like, having that nice play style. So yeah, as you can see, I'm just selling pretty much all of my armor and weapons, which is quite funny. Really crazy. Now I'm sure N7K really wants to know, how did the fight with the Griffin go in White Orchard? Spoiler for anybody here who has not played The Witcher 3, like me, for example, I know nothing of the game bosses and stuff. So this is the first one I was remembered from before. So this was the one I was most worried about. At this point, I've got a crossbow, which in reason I'm using because at this point it's in the air all the time and I can't get it down without doing that. Again, kind of running around. A lot of the strategy so far has been kind of learning how to go in for the attack, because like sometimes like with Monster Hunter, I learned a lot of dodging in Monster Hunter, especially in Rise. So when you see monsters coming down, you're learning the attack patterns, you're kind of understanding where they're going. Yeah. Also, it's a fucking Griffin, so I've got a fist. He's got like talons, a beak, claws. Although you'll see a couple of times I am able to shoot it down in the air, and then I'll just try a odd couple of punches, and then Igni to kind of weaken it so I can try and hit it a bit harder. This one was a bit harder because, like, again, it's like my Geralt's punching isn't the best when it comes to. It's very deceptive. So I'll try. Oh, there's a punch there, and I'm like, yeah, no, that didn't do much. Okay. So like I could let Vesemir like kill him, but I'm like, no, this is I have to take responsibility for fighting this thing. So everything at my disposal, I'm trying to use. I could have probably tried bombs, maybe try to stun it a bit more. But again, this is all kind of new territory for me. I've already been playing the game here for about a couple of hours, so still trying to learn some of the mechanics. I will become an expert. There you go, knock him down again. I will be an expert Witcher eventually. Because the dream here is, I don't need no swords. I can beat the game without them, and then Kate will be like, what? So a lot of it was just learning the mechanics, trying not to get hit. I guess maybe because Vesemir's using swords, maybe he's focusing on him more, maybe? I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. So I give him a couple punches, set fire to him again. I learned that the stamina bar with the spells is a bit kind of ouch. So like when you use your spell, you got to make sure you're within range, otherwise you've wasted an igni. So that's also kind of fun. I did also have some fun with the mind control power as well for combat, for fisticuffs. There was a guy with his shield, which I hope I've recorded properly somewhere down the road. If I don't have it, I will find a video with a shield guy and I'll show you. You can't ignore it or melt his armor because the shield kind of blocks it really well. So in those scenarios, either I'll have to try to mind control another guy, take him on, or use him to weaken guys. Oh, there's me just chasing after him, because why not? Fuck having a horse, I can just run after him like Captain America or Batman. It's all good fun there. Yeah, with the kind of the spell where you can kind of like mind control people, that's been kind of useful, as it were. I will do some more better edits at this point, but I figured, this is the Griffin Fight, you want to see this. Me just kind of getting up on there and kicking some ass. Some direct action there. So yeah, it's definitely is painful. There is another fight, one that I said to Kate and Dante a few years back that I wanted to kind of prove I could do, and I will show that one after this. But I have hope. This is giving me some kind of hope that I can deal with most threats. But I assume the Griffin is probably weak sauce. There's probably going to be other bigger threats out there that's going to kick my ass if I'm not careful. So it's going to be. I mean, he also wants me to have a death counter as well. If you want the death counter at the bottom, let me know in the comments below. I will add that. If I get, like, for example, 5 likes, I will have times that Edge was right, times that Kate was right, on the bottom. It's for kind of a thing, a bit of fun, because this is all just to kind of like troll Kate a little bit too, in fairness, because it's like, you come on Edge, just play the game, just play. I'll play it when I want to. Just let me just a bit of fun. This is me having fun right now, just like going, come at me, bro, come at me, and shoot me in the face. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. So these sort of videos are going to be a little bit kind of, oh gosh, they won't be weekly because at the moment I am doing the Edgecast, and this one is going to be a slow burn. If you want it more frequently, let me know and I will try to. I'm going to try and play a bit more this week at some point, and hopefully Strife might be able to be my wingman to give me a hand, which would be glorious. But yeah, I mean, it's not the best video, but at least you kind of see what I'm up to so far. I'm enjoying it. I haven't touched Gwent because I have no need for Gwent when I am being Punchy McPunch dude with signs. The cutscenes are quite nice, but I don't have to worry about the sword. Now my true threats, the one that I said I would want to do. That's right, I'm fighting a bear, bare-handed with fire. I didn't know what music to pick here, so I just figured some kind of classical music was kind of a good idea. And if I find more bears, I will definitely be doing like a bear montage maybe. Tell you what, if I get 10 likes, I will find more bears and I'll try and make a bear montage video of me hunting bears and taking them all on, fisticuff style. 5 likes and I will do a Edge was right and Kate was right counter. and I know the death counter. If you want a death counter, just let me know. It would be interesting to have a death counter. I don't think we need to know how often I die. I mean, at the moment, officially, I have not died a single time yet, so that's quite surprising, especially because I'm new to this game. And these sign things are really, really cool for getting ability points, which I believe, if just so you can see some of the progress, if I go to my character and then have a look, you'll probably start seeing where I've gone in terms of my skill slottage. So I've not gone down the combat tree. I've gone down a little bit. I would go down the general tree. Now Strife has told me that I need to have the DLC to allow me to have some extra general skills that could prove useful. So I will look into that one and see if it is worth me getting the DLC. If it's cheap enough, then yeah, definitely. But I've been going so far down the signs tree, and I kind of want to go down some of the potions tree, maybe the alchemic, if it gives me any kind of bonuses for when it comes to survivability. But the bombs I made earlier, they're going to help me a lot, especially when I find my, like, I heard you can get masks in this, so I'm totally going to wear a mask. Totally going to be like the Witcher man or something like that. But yes, it's been fun, and the melt armor has been very, very useful on this sign build. If I go into that one, this is a recording, by the way. This is not me actually kind of showing you the screen. This is me kind of not doing overview while playing the game, which is hilarious. So yeah, I've gone so far. I can say at the end of this video, so far I am at max rank for melt armor. I've just taken a point in like puppetry, I believe, or almost to that route anyway. So my goal now is to do mind control, like spend fear into the hearts of my enemy to make them fight for me or confuse them, and then get some explodey shield. So if I'm overwhelmed, I can knock them all back, so I can keep on surviving with my punches. Maybe get some decent armor. But yeah, thank you for the joining of the first video. I have to now do a little bit of editing of this, and then fingers crossed this will go up quite shortly. And then the next video you will see will be the continuing adventures of my Witcher. Obviously, I am not from the Wolf School at this point. I seem to be from the Fist School, like Fist of the North Star. Who knows? But as always, thank you for joining me. And if you can think of a catchphrase for me, I would be most appreciative to help me with the situation. If I can find some more awesome clips, I will find some more awesome clips. But that is me so far. I am surviving. I'm doing it, Kate. I'm doing it. I'm going to get through this eventually. And then you'll be like, yeah, he's the man. Or, well, I mean, I could do it. I then challenge you to a no swords run, but then you'd see how easy it is. And you'd be like, yeah, no, it needs to be more challenging. So, anyways, have a fantastic afternoon. Bye, guys.